photos. Hold on.
Welcome, family and friends. We are gathered here today to celebrate one of life's greatest traditions, a formal declaration of love and commitment by two people, Stephanie and Lee. What an honor it is for us to be here. Many of you have played at least some role in either Lee's or Stephanie's lives. Others, a principal role. In acknowledgement, they wanted you here to enjoy this day with them. Lee and Stephanie, thank you for being here. Your love, your friendship, your counsel have molded them into the people they are today and will be in the future. Now, in preparation of presiding over these nuptials, the history of marriage became something of interest to me. And I'd like to share a few things that I learned with Lee and Stephanie, as well as with you. Marriage is an institution that predates recorded history. The one visible sign that draws attention to two people being married is the rings that they have exchanged and wear. It is believed that the roundness of the ring represents eternity. And it was once thought that a vein runs directly from the ring finger on the left hand to the heart. Monogamy didn't become a guiding principle in most Western cultures until the 9th century. And even then, a monogamous relationship didn't mean exactly what it does today. During mid-1500s Europe, the dominant faith at the time decreed that marriages should be celebrated in the presence of an officiant and at least two witnesses. Prior to this date, there was no formal process or acknowledgement of legitimacy that two people were married. And in preparation for this ceremony, I learned that the state of Massachusetts in 1639 was the first state to require the issuance of a marriage license to legally acknowledge marriage. California instituted the same requirement in 1851, 1 year after statehood. So today, we continue this legacy that began centuries ago. Lee and Stephanie are committing to one another a monogamous relationship. That's correct.
Correct.
They will demonstrate their love and commitment to one another by exchanging and wearing wedding rings. That symbolizes that their union will last forever. and today's ceremony is being officiated by me, legally deputized by the City of San Francisco and recognized by the state of California. We have a witness, Matt Tabor. Where's Matt? Hi, Matt. Also known as Stephanie's brother, who will put his signature on the marriage license at the conclusion of the ceremony. The state of California only requires one witness. And I have 10 days to submit the license to city officials for this marriage to become legal and of public record. As my wife will attest, I can be forgetful. And I do have a tendency to misplace things. So everyone, please keep your fingers crossed that I submit the license in time. Otherwise, we may end up here again later, though I may not be in this position. Many of you have read romance novels or know of real-world examples of great love stories and marriage. Lee and Stephanie know of one such couple who many years ago fell in love at a young age. And I would like to convey this story to you because it does contain life's lessons. This young couple met under unusual circumstances. She was 18, he was 20. She was from Europe, and he was American. She was an exchange student, and he was the son of a family hosting her one summer for a few weeks. During those weeks together, it became apparent that their relationship was more than one of mere compatibility. This rather innocently became apparent when they attended a Tom Petty concert only a couple weeks after meeting. While they were entering the concert venue, he extended his arm and motioned her to walk through the doorway first. She thought he was trying to put his arm around her, so she placed her arm around him. That wasn't his intent, but he didn't discourage her. They walked through the doorway, arms wrapped around each other. This couple fell in love, but struggled with a reality that an ocean separated them. Their opportunity to see one another would be for short durations, a couple times a year. They met this challenge by an unwavering commitment to one another and a belief that they existed to be with one another. They would write a letter to each other every day. Sometimes these letters were very short, just a paragraph. Other times they were pages long. But these letters would be written and mailed as an act of their commitment every day. They also had a song that they would listen to when they were apart, one that was reassuring during times they were having a bad moment. This was a song that surely was written for them and they believed was theirs. It had a beautiful melody and spoke to the core of their relationship. Allow me to read a stanza from this song. It would be fitting for any couple in love with dreams of being together. When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong, just remember in the winter, far beneath the bitter snows, lies the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose. The name of this song is The Rose, and it was made famous by Bette Midler in 1979. It was a #1 hit. So this young couple continued their relationship for 3.5 years. They would see each other for a few weeks each summer and during the winter holidays. They married in 1983 and have been married for 34 years. Last weekend, they attended the Bottle Rock Music Festival in Napa. Their inspiration, Tom Petty was the headliner Saturday night. Today, regardless of how their day has gone, before they fall asleep, they kiss and say, "I love you." So what lessons can be drawn from this short love story description? Patience. All good things come to those that wait. Lee, when you're running late for an evening engagement and Stephanie is putting on her makeup or has changed her outfit for the third time, be patient. Because when she emerges from your bedroom, you'll be so proud because she is going to be the one beside you the rest of the evening. Communication. Relationships endure through dialogue. Communicate with each other. Don't be afraid of handwritten notes. It may be a dated art form, but there's a difference between jotting down your thoughts on paper in your own handwriting than sending a text. Song. Select a song or a band that means something to you as a couple. A song that whenever you hear it in the future, you'll reflect back on the moments that helped bring you here together. A band that whenever they are in town, you'll make an effort to see because they'll resurrect those emotions that brought you to this moment. The song or the band will have significance only to you. One you will share with your children and perhaps your children's children. Demonstration of love. Never let a day pass without demonstrating your love for each other. Simple and routine is okay. From time to time, you may go to bed angry at each other. This is normal. But giving each other a kiss and telling each other I love you will take the edge off those emotions. It makes the next day easier to rise to. And finally, reflection. Whether you've been married for 5 years, 34, or over 50 years, there will be times when the commitment you're making today will be challenged. Reflect back on the wonderful moments brought to you this day, the memory of today, and the fulfillment of promises you have achieved between now and that challenge. These will reacquaint you with all that has been good in your relationship and instill a steadiness that will overcome the challenges. Lee and Stephanie, look at each other and remember this moment. Until now, your relationship has taken some risks, transitioned through different phases. You began as online curiosities, became acquaintances, companions, confidants, and lovers. Today, you are crossing a threshold.
You okay?
The next time you register, say at a hotel, you will do so as Mr. and Mrs. Borman. When you introduce each other to someone for the first time, it'll be, "This is my wife, Stephanie," or "This is my husband, Lee." These simple sentences will feel a little awkward at times, but when you hear them, when you hear them for yourself, you will feel great warmth inside and the true sense of pride. It will be one of those OMG moments for you and only you. Now, family and friends, before reciting their vows, Lee and Stephanie would like to say a few words to each other in front of you. I don't know if they can yell quite as loud as I can.
I can.
But Lee and
Okay. Well, just like you said, I typed it out, so that makes it good. Okay. To my beautiful Stephanie, I am proud to take you as my wife. You have helped me overcome challenges and prevail. made me grow as a person and be the man I am today. And with you by my side, I always try to be a better person tomorrow than I was yesterday. I promise to always take out the trash and catch all the other hints of chores that I need to do. I promise to try to keep up with you and not be the grouchy old man. I promise to create a life for us that we both can be proud of. I promise that I will love you forever. I pledge to listen to your advice and nod that I understand, even occasionally use it. I pledge to never let you pass up a good "I told you so." There will be plenty. I pledge to always be your #1 fan. I pledge that I will love you forever. I vow to listen for as long as it takes for you to feel heard, even though you might have to repeat it a few times. I vow to watch in awe as your determination never lets you settle for second best. I vow to be by your side and be your best friend and husband all the times of good, bad, happy, and sad. I vow that I will love you forever. Because of this and so much more, I am proud to be your husband. To say that I promise, pledge, and vow that I will love you forever.
Stephanie?
Mess. Lee, you are the love of my life, my true better half. In our nearly 7-year journey, you have shown and taught me so much. A sense of adventure, the power of patience, true kindness, and unconditional love. Today, surrounded by those we love and cherish most, I choose you. I choose you for the rest of my life. I vow to challenge and support you in the best of times, and love and nourish you in the worst of times. I vow to support you and your dreams, to push and inspire you, to honor you, to respect you. I vow to be your partner, your light, no matter what life throws our way. I choose you to experience life with. I choose you for the rest of my life.
So continue holding hands. And Lee. Do you, Lee Michael Borman, take Stephanie Nicole Tabor to be your lawful wedded wife? Do you promise to love her and comfort her in sickness and in health, for richer and poorer, for better or worse, and be faithful to her for as long as you both shall live?
I do. You got those things, right? All right. All right, that's Steph's.
Here is your ring for Stephanie that symbolizes your commitment for eternal love. Please repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token of my pledge to love you and honor you.
as a token of my pledge to honor and love you.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed. Our problems.
Do you, Stephanie Nicole Tabor, take Lee Michael Borman to be your lawful wedded husband? Do you promise to love him and comfort him in sickness and in health, for richer and poorer, for better or worse, and be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Okay,
The old other pocket. All right.
there you go. Stephanie, please place the ring on Lee's left ring finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token of my pledge to love you and honor you.
as a token of my pledge to love you and honor you.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
You sound like me.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of California, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
I love you.
I love you more.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We jumped the gun.
it is my great pleasure to introduce to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Lee Borman.
Watch that. Good. Would you like me to hold?
I'm Steph's mom, and this is my husband Jeff, and I just wanted to share a little story or two about Stephanie when she was younger. But first, thank you all for coming, and didn't they do a great job of putting all this together? We didn't have to do anything but step aside and support and love her for all her decisions that she made, including the one not to have cake. I mean, they're millennials. Who needs cake? You can smash a cake in your face anytime. Barbecue, birthday. So I know what I'm bringing to the dinner next time at their house. For those of you that know Steph, you know she's an independent thinker, self-driven, and confident. And when she sets her mind on something she wants, she figures the best way to get there. For those of you who have known her entire life, you know that she's always been that way. Okay. When my first was born, came out crying, screaming. I talked to him. And then he quieted down, and I thought, okay, I got this. 2 years, 8 months later, Steph came along, same thing, came out crying, screaming, talked to her. She looked around, and now I realize she was thinking, yeah, I got this.
Thank God.
It only took me 3.5 years to realize that you don't want to go to battle with her on what socks to wear with what outfit to preschool. Steph, you've always made us proud, except for that one time. Now here's the real story. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Such a beautiful person inside and out. Always been so proud of you. Lee, we're so happy that she set her heart and mind on you. We love you. Welcome to the family.
Very proud.
Cheers.
Yeah. I'll take a picture.
Oh no!
I'm clumsy. that fucking. Great start.
It's working.
What can I say? I am truly one of the luckiest men in the world. I got my boys, and they've done nothing but make me proud. You know, my son Lee, you're asking probably why are we all wearing these silly socks. I've never really met a WrestleMania maniac like Lee. I think he was about 8, 9 years old or whatever.
Remember that day?
So I says, well, I'm going to take Ben and Lee up to the
Cow Palace.
Cow Palace. It was Hulk Hogan versus one of the...
Sim Job.
I got to get some good tickets. So we got like 3rd row or whatever. Well, Lee's, you know, this big.
Greatest day of my life.
And this thing greatest day of my life. It was so good for him. I can remember I'm sitting there watching this craziness go on, and him and Ben are just going nuts. And I look over there, and Lee is standing on top of the people in front on their chair, standing up, yelling at the arch enemy, and, you know, trying to get Hulk Hogan over there to do something. I knew we were hooked on WrestleMania. But all real, you two are a good couple. I really am happy you've had this day today. Us Bormans are lucky. Yeah. I mean, we got some women. going to be proud. Stephanie come along, and she's really impressed me. I really love Stephanie. Couldn't be happier with this addition to my family, and I know I'm going to have more family. And I'm putting an addition on my house.
We gotta travel.
And the first thing my wife says to me, she says, "We can put a crib in there." Why do we need a crib in there? We need a big screen TV. I have a feeling my wife has other ideas. But I think you could all say, Lee and Stephanie, I could just wish you the best in the world for the rest of your life. Because I've had a good 40 at it. And I know marriage is where it's at. And I couldn't be more happier than my son right now. I love you both.
Lexi, are you ready?
No pressure.
And Stephanie and Uncle Lee, I can't tell you about how happy I am for you. You both mean so much to me. And I remember when my mom told me your name, I literally screamed with excitement. I wish you two a very happy life together and all that makes you happy. I love you guys.
I love you.
I know it took me a long time.
We're here.
Good, good. No.
We're going on to the next slide. Yeah, thanks for that.
Okay, for those of you who don't know us, I'm Anna and this is Dina. Stephanie's co-maids of honor. We'd like to start our part of the toast with everybody raising their glass. That's mine. Because Stephanie and Lee look so happy and we are not used to talking in front of people.
So we've both been fortunate enough to know Stephanie for more than half our lives. At this point, we won't tell you how many years that is because we want to pretend we're younger than we feel. Coincidentally, we were both drawn to Steph initially because of her hair. I wish I could have had bangs like hers. And Anna was always jealous of her French braids.
We all come from different backgrounds and places, so some of you may be wondering what happens when a Croatian, a Finn, and a Russian Jew strike up a friendship. The answer is, aside from that, over the years, no matter where we lived or what was going on in our lives, we always kept our friendship close.
So from London to Santa Cruz to New York and back in Castro Valley, we have remained and will always be the Rat Pack. I know you thought it was Sinatra and some of those other guys, but it's actually the three of us. And when we think about the daunting task of adulting and growing up, I'm sure each of us would agree that it's been easier to take on the things that life has thrown at us together with laughs, long talks on the floors of our various houses and apartments, and plenty of drinks and snacks.
Yeah, snacks.
We've had many adventures together in several different countries. Stephanie and I went to visit Dina one December when she was living in London and decided to make a full Thanksgiving dinner because Dina had missed it because she wasn't in the States. So we cooked a turkey, basted it with a small amount of carb cider that we didn't consume. And Dina didn't come back to us or back with us to her flat, but Stephanie and I got lost on the tube. And one of us may or may not have popped a squat in the street out front because we couldn't open the front door. And then we ended the night by drunkenly calling my dad and telling that our Thanksgiving turkey was better than his Thanksgiving turkey.
Reverend Debbie!
That's his holiness over there.
before that, there was a time the three of us were on a field trip in high school, and while a physics teacher was attempting to show us the many wonderful exhibits at the Exploratorium, our curiosity got the best of us, and we decided to set out and explore the city. Well, it was like we snuck out to go see Anna's mom, Ava, right there, when she works at the California Culinary Academy to have a gourmet 10-course meal for lunch. We made it back to join our classmates before the field trip was over, and we never got caught. Sorry, Mom!
She brags about this every day. Every time we're in the city, she's like,
Yeah.
"Did you know what I did?"
We cut to go eat. Yeah, that was the worst of it.
Our friendship has seen us through many ups and downs over the years. Sorry, I'm emotional. I had surgery on my shoulder when we were in high school, and I came home from the hospital and things stuff needed like really it's okay. Touching me makes me cry more. We've consoled each other through numerous
I got issues.
Somehow, right after we graduated from high school, our parents let us go to Cancun alone, during which trip Stephanie got so sunburned that Dina literally peeled or picked her peeling skin off her butt with tweezers. Yeah. And obviously that demonstrates some serious love.
Yeah, serious love. As many of you know, Stephanie is a very special person. Whether she was driving us around in her Honda Civic named Regina, working through a line of girls waiting to have their hair braided in the courtyard at Canyon Middle School, falling asleep at nearly every party we've been to, hopefully not tonight, or requiring SPF 100 in the shade. She's truly one of a kind. Yeah. Her strong charisma, drive, sense of humor, imaginations, and loyalty are the building blocks that make her one of our favorite people.
That's why we are so thankful that she found someone that can support her, be a friend to her, and most importantly, be her partner in crime. There are the best times, and there's other times that life throws at you. Lee.
Yes.
You are a brave man to take on the challenge of being Stephanie's husband.
I can handle it.
We knew it would take somebody strong and special to make her happy, and you had reason to be affectioned. So we complement each other so well, and we love how happy and stuff we each other.
Yeah. So let's raise our glasses again to the couple of the hour.
Hey, you, the tall guy.
Hey everybody. So if you can tell by the family resemblance, I'm his brother.
Good looking one.
Yeah. So the little girl that gave the speech is my daughter. We are so proud to be here. Stephanie, probably Lexi was probably equally, if not more so.
Oh yeah, it's her show. It's her show.
So we're so happy you made her part of your wedding. So growing up, I have to kind of go back and think about when Lee was born, really, quite honestly. So when Lee was born, so we're like 3.5 years apart. But as far as I was concerned, I was his dad just as much as his brother. And it kind of went that way for a lot of years. And a lot of these guys here know that. It's funny because I haven't been here in a while, and looking at Mike and Chris and others, it's crazy. These guys were like kids when I moved away, and now they're all doing this. So
We're grown-ass, man, yeah.
yeah,
I've got kids, Ben.
yeah,
Grown-up problems.
yeah. There's an adult team. It's amazing. Millennials.
We did it.
But so Lee and I were talking a little bit last night, and it's funny, we were kind of chatting about things, and a lot of things I was thinking about talking about today, as far as memories and what stands out. The wrestling one was one of them. But it's kind of the pictures that do for me, you know. I had these pictures in my mind that we have of Lee and myself, you know, our little 49er shirts and
Your glasses.
yeah, you know, kind of all these scenarios. And it's like every moment along the way, it's like, yeah, this is my little brother, but I want to make sure he does what he's supposed to be doing. And no, it didn't go over well. I mean, we had a good couple of years, maybe, you know, up to 7, 8, I don't know, tops, you know. So when we go, you know, when I'm in high school and I actually have a job, and you know, he wasn't a big fan of working or anything like that. So, yeah, he had baseball to take care of. So he really benefited from a lot of the things I did as far as work. You know, we were also talking with Chris a few minutes ago, and we were talking about, actually it was over at the ceremony, hanging out, playing in my room, video games. They're all in there. I bought all that stuff. It's like, okay, great. You know,
They're working to earn it.
yeah, and I think I was probably working while they were there, so. And then kind of the defining moment of, you know, Lee, I remember I had this Camaro Super Sport, which was, you know, my car. And
A good time.
I, for some reason, decided Lee could actually take this out on his 18th birthday.
17.
Was it 17th? Okay, 17th.
I don't know. It was a bad decision.
It was. So all I remember from that part of it is he took off, and then I went out with some of my friends. We're playing basketball in Martinez.
Was this guy?
And
Don't call everybody outside, Lee.
no, so I'm looking, we're playing, and I look over the street, and sure enough, there was this blue blur across, you know, down Morello. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not what was supposed to happen, but that was the first and only on that.
Had a great time.
So to the point of that, so when I moved away and I started my family, as you saw here, Lee needed somebody to rein him back in. Because it wasn't going to be his big brother anymore. He needed a woman. And he met that in Stephanie. Stephanie has done an amazing job creating a family here. Lee's a small part of that, I assume. And
That's right.
the maturity and the growth from what I remember of my little brother
I'm a human being.
to the man I'm looking at today, and now the husband and wife. We're so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Choke slam. I can't do it.
Well, I'll keep this fairly short.
What's your name?
Well,
hang on, sorry.
What's your name and what's your relationship? I'm not gonna run.
My name is Eric Black. I consider myself Lee's best friend. I think that would be a mutual thing. And we'll keep it short. I want to say thank you for honoring me with being your best man. Great honor. You picked a wonderful woman. And I'd like to talk about the first time that I actually heard about Stephanie. And several of you guys were up in Portland about 7, 8 years ago for my 20-something birthday. And
we estimated.
yeah, so Lee's sleeping out on our balcony with the couch cushions.
It was hot outside.
And he gets a call, and he walks outside, and he shuts the door. I'm thinking this is odd because the only person Lee ever calls in the morning is Mo, because he's either lost his wallet, he's lost his phone, or he broke his digital camera, right? So, several of us out here, we start, knocking on the door, who the hell are you talking to? And, we finally get out of him, well, it's this girl that I met, her name's Stephanie, and it was kind of getting serious. So, I mean, Lee saying he has a girlfriend, has anyone ever heard those words? No, the answer is no. So, it was virgin territory for all of us. That's when I knew, my bat ears went up and said, okay, this one might be someone to watch. But on a more serious note, I met Lee in PE class, 9th grade, with Mr. Osterholt, and we bonded over our total domination badminton. And, you know, maybe that. But I look around and all the guys here, you know, we all went to high school together, and I consider you all my brothers, and I really, you know, thank you for bringing me into this group.
Cry, it's okay. I promise.
No.
So two short stories here, and I'll be done. Went to college, studied abroad, and I came back home, and my mom tells the story about how Lee called my mom saying, "Hey, you know, I want to go to the SFO airport and, you know, pick up Eric." And, you know, as they're riding, you know, Lee's like just ready. He's so excited to see me, you know, even more so than my mother, who emailed me 7 times a day for 3.5 months. And, you know, we get out of the car, we embrace, and, you know, this is great. And I've been in Europe this whole time, and I need some American food, right? So we're on the way home, we go to Fenton's. And all I wanted was a bacon cheeseburger, right? So I order a double bacon cheeseburger, you know, obviously American cheese, right? and Lee's over here going, you know, I'm going to get a Greek salad with the sauce on the side.
I remember this.
And I kind of look and I go, what's changed? It's been 3.5 months, and we all of a sudden, you know, hit vegetarian. And it was all the guy. We all know who he was doing this for, right? You know, he was trying to meet somebody, and I knew what I was going home to because all my brothers and my dad was making dinner, and we get home.
I never made dinner.
Larry barbecued, Mom did everything else. And I said, okay, you know, I'm going to bite my tongue and, you know, we'll get some peer pressure here. So we get home, and it's me and my 2 brothers and my parents, and we're all sitting around, and Lee, my best friend, and my dad comes out with, you know, 8 fillets. And I looked at him and I said, really? And he said, screw it. I'm done. No more vegetarian. So I did change Lee, at least in one aspect of his life, to get out of the vegetarian. And the last thing I'm going to say is I moved up to Portland after college. Sorry. And great opportunity, didn't know anybody. And the things that I remember were my Friday drives home. And Lee and I would call each other on our way home. And I was far away, didn't know anybody, but it made me feel like I was still alone and I was still part of the group. And he probably doesn't know how much that meant to me. But to this day, I love you for it.
You're my brother, man.
You made me feel like I was at home. So, raise your glass.
I'm gonna raise your highlight.
Share. Raise your glass, and I'd like to cheers love, luck, and perseverance. Because it takes a lot of all 3. Mostly the latter. I love you, brother.
I love you. Okay, well, possibly. Here's the thing. Everybody, I just want you to have fun. I think everybody coming out to celebrate our love. Here's the thing. I am lucky in love. When you say that statement, you don't know what it means until you have one. And I am lucky in love. She is my better half. Smarter,
prettier. It's just everything. I just show up for the parties and I smile and nod. That's all I gotta do. So everybody, gosh darn it, have some fun, dance it up, drink to the limit, because it's on your own, and then let's have some fun. How about that?